Hello, friends. Today we will talk about the new French movie Last Bullet 3, which is the third and probably the final part of the Lost Bullet series, and probably that is why it is named Last Bullet. This movie is trending on Netflix very day. The first two parts of the movie have been liked a lot by the audience, and in this part, we see a lot of improvements in the movie. There are amazing car chasing scenes, and we see good cars. Action and fight scenes are also directed very well. After Fast and Furious, this movie's car chasing scenes are being liked a lot because the scenes are very creative and the cinematography of the movie is very perfect. The story is very interesting, and with time, the interest keeps on developing more. If you watch the other two parts of this movie before watching it, then it will be more easy to understand the story. The movie is about a car mechanic Lino, who is a dedicated police officer who modifies cars for Cheros so that it becomes easy to catch criminals. Cheros is working to stop the illegal rogues on the French-Spanish border. Lino and Cheros develop a good friendship, and in return for Lino's services, Cheros gets his prison sentence reduced. And then when his own colleague Ariski kills his own colleague Lino, and his girlfriend Julia, who is a police officer herself, feel the most, then Lino takes revenge on Areski and kills Margot, one of Areski's colleagues, but Areski somehow escapes the country. Areski leaves his child and wife alone to escape from his enemies, and the police. Areski now lives in Germany with a new identity and works in a timber factory, and has taken a local girl as his girlfriend, and is still under the radar of police head Reese of the French narcotics department. He deals in legal trades of drugs and weapons. But things change when one day Ariski is given a job to transport weapons. But his bike is damaged so that the bike crashes, and he is killed. We learn that Reese now runs Risky's business as a mercenary. He wants to get him killed so that he can escape the police investigation in Cheros' case because Reese got Ariski Cheros killed and Risky himself did not want to do this. Ariski somehow escapes from there. But then his local boss comes to his house and kills his girlfriend, and now he was about to kill Risky too. But Risky had already made arrangements to escape. He had kept a bomb in the bag containing money, and when the boss holds the bag, the bomb blasts, and then Risky kills the boss's associates and makes the boss call Riss and asks him to tell that Risky has been killed. Risky does this so that no one finds out that he is alive and he can be reunited with his family. Reese is very happy with the German man's gesture and tells him to take his reward ahead. Risky is then shown going to a car decomposition site and renting a minivan for himself and asking about a car. And he finds a kitchen which actually belonged to the Cheros, and Risky regrets killing the Cheros. And then it is shown that Reese makes a deal with the Spanish police in which Reese gives them a Spanish drug enforcement officer who was in Reese's capture in exchange for Lino, and the deal is then shown to be a dead man. Just a few minutes later, Reese gets the Spanish police team killed. Here we learn that Reese knows that Lino has gone from being a car mechanic to police partner, and that he killed Mark, and that he could be a threat to his drug business. Reese thought Lino was very weak, so he threatened him and let him go. Lino now comes directly to France and meets his girlfriend Julia. He tells Julia that he doesn't want to stay here. I will go to Spain. I have got a job there, and I will start a new life. Then Lino goes to Julia's friend Sarah's garage to see his cars, and the four of them talk about her car. When Lino asks her about it, she tells him that the car was very old and she had given it for decomposition. But when Lino goes with Sarah to collect the car, the owner tells Lino that Ariski had also come there and was asking about the same car. Now Lino knows that Risky has returned, so he cancels his trip to Spain and calls Julia to tell her about Risky. Then we see Risky living with his wife Stella, and Stella comes to meet her son Thomas. She asks him to surrender to the police, but Risky says that they will kill me now. They were talking when Yuri, who works for Reese, attacks them. Risky sends Stella inside the house and himself runs away from there in his car. Yuri follows him. Risky gets out of the car and goes to the bus. He also had his bag with him. Yuri also gets on the bus, and then there is a big fight between the two on the other side. Lino was also coming in this direction to kill Ariski, and he was also against Reese. He was driving at a very high speed. It happens, and he informs Julia about the whole situation in the bus, and Risky and Yuri are beating each other badly when Lino also comes there. And now these three start beating each other badly, and all three are beating each other badly. When the police arrives and Yuri is badly injured, but he gets Risky's bag and he escapes from there on a bike. Alina and Julia are chasing him in their car, and we get to see very different and creative car scenes here. While chasing Risky, Lino's car gets into an accident. 4:32 it happens, but Julia keeps chasing Risky, but Risky stops at a place and catches Julia. Then we are shown that the police commissioner is talking to Stila and asks her about Risky. Then Lino comes there and he talks to Stila. Police commissioner was facing a case because of legal trades and he was asked to resign after a month because he did not have any proof against Risky. Then commissioner gets a call from Julia and asks him to meet her in the garage. But Risky is there and he tells the commissioner that I want to deal with you. I will surrender, and against this, I will not do anything. I will also testify, which will clear your image, but you have to give safety to me and my family and save them from jail. Commissioner makes the deal, and here Risky surrenders and Julia hands over Risky and arrests him. Then Julia and Commissioner decide that Risky cannot be taken to any police station because he is in danger from Rias everywhere. Risky tells them to hand him over to German police. This will make your work easy, and I will be saved from Rias. Commissioner tells Julia to stay undercover and hand over Risky to German police next day, and Lino is asked to do this task. She asks him to keep her away so that no problem can arise. Then Julia calls Lino to meet her and takes him in her car to the bus stop and tells him to go to Barcelona. I have arranged money for you, which will be enough for you till you get a job. And she tells him about Risky being caught and tells him about her secret mission. When Lino gets out of the car and is about to board the bus, but Julia calls him back because she does not want to send Lino away. She tells Lino that you will have to help me secretly, because if we are caught then Commissioner will not help us. Lino is happy, goes and says yes, and then comes back to Julia. Then Lino and Julia go to Sarah's garage, where Sarah gives Julia a modified Jeep in which Julia had to take Risky. Then the scene shifts and we see Julia comes to take Risky. Commissioner Julia tells that you have to do everything very carefully. Reese will definitely come after you to kill Risky, and if you get caught anywhere, then I will not be able to help you because this is a secret mission. Julia tells Commissioner not to betray me, and Commissioner leaves from there. And we see that the Commissioner directly sits in Reese's car, and she tells Reese that Risky is with me. And if you want Risky, then you have to deal with me and get all the charges against me dropped and give me a seat in the parliament, or else if you do that, then if I present Risky in court, then you will not be able to escape, and if I hand Risky over to German police, then even then you will not be able to escape. Saying this, she leaves from there. Here Reese's advisor tells Reese that you are trapped from both the sides and you have no other option except to deal with the Commissioner. In the next scene, we see Lino and Sarah, who are modifying a truck for Lino, and they modify that truck like a tank and also prepare bombs for it. Then we see that Reese's team gets ready to kill Risky. Reese also includes Yuri in the team, and he gives all the responsibilities to her, but this was all a pretense. Iris orders his two other team members to kill Yuri because he thought that Yuri knows something extra about him and can become a threat for him. Then Yuri sits in the car with those two team members, and we hear the sound of firing from the car. Julia leaves with Risky and calls the Commissioner. Then her advisor comes to meet the Commissioner and gives him documents and tells him that he accepts all his demands and he should sign these documents and tell him his plan. The Commissioner gives Julia to him. On the way, the police tells the location of the helicopter. The police stops Julia, but Julia shows her police identity card and leaves. But a helicopter of Reese's team and 3 cars arrive there, and those people start firing at Julia and her. Now Julia drives the Jeep very fast and tries to escape from the firing, but it was very difficult to escape from the helicopter. Julia calls Lino and asks him to come quickly for help, and then Lino very fast breaks the police checkpost and comes to help Julia. The helicopter stops chasing Julia and turns towards Lino and starts firing at Lino But Lino is driving the truck at a very high speed, and as the helicopter comes behind the Jeep, Lino presses the remote button and bombs come out of the truck and the helicopter crashes. Then Lino drives the truck at a very high speed and fires bombs, which destroys all the cars of Reese's team. Risky is shocked to see this. Here we get to see some really good car scenes. Then Lena comes to Julia and both of them reach the location where Risky was to be handed over to the German police, and the German police plane is already waiting for them where Lino asks Julia to wait outside, and he himself gets down from the truck and goes to look inside the plane, but he is shocked to see two members of the police. There already Reese kills him, and Reese kicks Lino out of the plane and points a gun at his head and asks Julia and Risky to get out, and both of them come out, and Reese tells Julia that I want to give you a surprise, and he calls the commissioner. Julia hears the commissioner's voice and understands everything, but in the meantime Reese shoots Julia. Then Reese tells his men to kill Risky and Lino, and after killing them put them in the plane with guns in their hands, so that, and in the counter-attack, both of them escape. Now Reese is killed. Now Reese starts going back from there. A car comes to take him because Yuri gets out of the car. He understood Reese's plan and escaped from his men. Now as soon as he gets out of the car, Yuri shoots Reese and then shoots all of Reese's men one by one and leaves from there. As soon as he leaves, Reese sits in the keep and runs away from there. Now Lino comes to Julia. Julia was wearing a bulletproof jacket, because of which she gets saved from Reese's bullet. Both of them kiss each other. Julia asks Lino to chase Risky. Lino sits in the truck and goes to chase Risky. The scene goes back, and here we get to see amazing car scenes. Both are driving at a very high speed. Risky's Jeep overturns, and he falls down from the bridge, due to which he is badly injured. Then the scene shifts again to the police station where Reese's advisor was sitting with the commissioner, and she was signing the documents when they get the news of Reese's death. Reese's advisor hides and escapes from there. The commissioner goes out and sees Julia in an injured state. Then Lino also comes there with Risky. Risky is arrested. Commissioner Julia comes to him and says sorry, but Julia hits him and injures him, and tells him to get ready to go to jail. Then Lino takes Julia to hospital. In the next scene, we see that Risky's advisor is packing his bag and is preparing to escape after taking out the money and passport from the locker. Then Yuri goes there and shoots him. Then it is shown that Risky is in the police investigation room, and there he sees Stella and his son Thomas and is calling them to him. He shouts at her, but she walks away. Even after seeing him in the last scenes of the movie, we see Lino and Julia, who have gone to Sarah's garage to return her cars and thank her for her help. And the movie ends with these happy scenes. And if you liked the movie explanation video, then like, comment, and share the video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Movies, Introduction, and Videos, Games, Missions family.